Today we want to remove parts of this image. We want to remove the flagpole because it looks like it's coming out of our head, as well as the person on the right side. The first thing I want to do is I want to use my lasso tool and I want to circle the part that I want to remove. Okay, now I'm going to try to get very kind of close to this item. Okay, and again I want to make sure that it goes back and connects here. So now I have that selected. I'm going to do Edit, Content Aware Fill. Now I need to use the sampling brush, and what this is going to do is this is going to tell the computer this is where I want you to get the pixels from to use to replace the flag. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Okay, so what I'm doing now, as you can kind of see over here, is I'm telling the computer, use what I've highlighted in green to replace the section that I have highlighted with my ants marching around, and I can click OK. Control D to deselect. Let's do that again with my person over here. Oftentimes you may want to zoom in so you can make sure you do this very evenly. Edit, Content Aware Fill. Aha, this does not work. Okay, so why does this not work? That's because I'm on the background image and I'm not back on the original image. So make sure you're on that original image. I'll pretend I did that on purpose to show you what not to do. Let's try that again. Edit, Content Aware Fill. Okay, so again, we're going to use the little sampling brush here that's going to tell the computer, hey, I want you to use this section, use these pixels here to replace that. Okay, Control D. Maybe I want to get the shadow over here out, so I'm going to highlight this area. Okay. Edit, Content Aware Fill. You think I would learn after the first time? Let's try that again one more time. Okay, that's a little bit better. Edit, Content Aware Fill. Okay, it's going to ask to use my little sampling brush. Over here we can adjust the size of our sampling brush depending on how many pixels we have available to us. Okay, and seeing over here, so maybe I want to try to get over here to some of like the darker parts of the green. Okay, and then when that looks right, I can click OK. Control D to deselect. Okay, if I know that these are kind of all correct, I can actually highlight these here, right click, and even merge them together if I wanted to. Okay. There's actually another way that we can do this. Another way is, again, we can use our lasso tool. You really will kind of need to take your time on some of these. Okay. Up in the top, if you can see in the options bar, there's a little feather there. And that number is telling Photoshop kind of to go outside the lines just a little bit more for what we want to do. Now in this case, I'm going to do Edit, but I'm going to do Edit Fill. So if I do Edit Fill, and I just choose Content Aware Fill and click OK, it's going to do the same thing. The difference here is that I don't have that sampling brush to use. So it's not perfect, but it's looks still a little bit better if I wanted to get rid of that palm tree completely. Okay, I'm going to go back and do this the same way, making sure I'm on my background layer first. And this time I'm going to go and use the other kind of advanced way where I can use the sampling brush. Okay, and I get to that one by doing Edit, Content Aware Fill. Okay, and again, this is where I can use the sampling brush. And what's nice is this lets you see the options live. Okay, where when we're working with the other example, and we just hit Content Aware Fill, and then we just kind of hope it looks good. Okay, so the advantage of this is it's kind of doing it live, and then we're able to see how that works. Okay. So it looks like maybe part of that purple is maybe where it's not exactly getting the right color. So maybe if we kind of take that part out, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so there's a little bit of give and take. Kind of depends on your picture and how much time you want to devote trying to get it just right. Okay, and again, you can change your items and see how that looks. Okay, and click OK. At the end, Control D to deselect. Another way that we could do this is we could use the polygonal lasso tool. Okay, and this lets me draw in a straight line. Okay, I'm wait for that circle, make sure that connects. Edit, Content Aware Fill. There we go. Click OK. That looks just about perfect. Okay, and we can go in just like we kind of did before if we wanted to. Okay, so again, so if we want to try to get pretty close to the section, Edit, Content Aware Fill, and again, make sure you do that final step of having it back on the original background layer.